Hi there. Thanks a lot for checking out Venta. Venta is an AI worker for outbound-driven sales teams in Germany that can take over various tasks like researching companies and information about them, finding contacts and contact data, drafting messages, contacting people on multiple means, and also handling the entire email infrastructure behind that. To do so, we need to give Venta a description of what it should do, and that starts here in the task definition. So let's assume we are the developer of a fleet management software, and we want to target logistics companies that transport goods within the EU and have at least 10 trucks. Now we tell Venta to do exactly that. First off, we set the campaign type, where we tell Venta where it should contact people. You can choose between email, LinkedIn, a combination of both, or you can also let Venta write and send handwritten letters for you. If you want to do cold calling, you can also tell Venta to enrich phone numbers so that you could directly call your contact persons. The autopilot basically defines how much Venta is working on this campaign each week. You can tell it to automatically find and add relevant companies, and you can tell it how many it should add every week so that your sales team always has enough leads every week. For contacts, you can tell Venta how many contacts it should add for each company that it finds. And in the outreach section, you can tell it to also draft messages for you. And if you want to not approve them, but to send them out directly, then you can also send sequences automatically and without approval. Once we have set this general setup, we tell Venta what to look for, and that happens in the company's view. Here we can define our ICP. And that consists of two parts, the database part and the AI qualification. In the database part, we use standard filters like employees, industries, keywords, or countries to give Venta a first idea of what we want to look for. In the AI qualification, we can define our own questions to further narrow down our target group. So, our fleet management salesperson now wants to target logistics companies that transport goods within the EU and have at least 10 trucks. So we start with the standard filters. Maybe we want to target companies that have at least 10 up to 1,000 employees. The industries are probably like package and freight delivery, and we want to target them in Germany. What is now still missing is the information whether or not they transport goods within the EU or have at least 10 trucks. So we put up AI qualification questions here. Is this company a logistics company that transports goods within the EU on land? Would be our first question. And does the company operate at least 10 own trucks? So now we have a very specific description of what we are looking for. Let's see what Venta finds for us. If I click Save and Preview, it will pull up the first 10 companies out of the database that match the filters and runs the AI qualification over it. Once this qualification finished, it will show a green check mark on all companies that passed qualification and a gray check mark on the ones that did not. And you can also see why it came to that conclusion. For Allgäu here, for example, it found that they are involved in logistics and also do road transport within the EU. And it found that they have more than 10 trucks in their fleet. And it also gives you the sources where it found them, which here, for example, is mainly their own homepage. Intex, on the other hand, was not qualified. It does do freight and package transport in the EU on land, but it could not verify that they have at least 10 trucks. So now let's find people to contact within these companies. Venta lets you define multiple buying personas and also gives them a priority. So let's say we want to target fleet managers, operations managers, or similar roles within Germany. And if we can't find them, then we want to target maybe the managing director, or the CEO, or somebody like this. If I click Save and Preview now, Venta will pull me a first preview of these people within the companies that we have defined. In the first step, we had defined that Venta should always find 2 people in each company that should fit those descriptions. So what Venta does now is that it pulls the entire company list and then tries to find the 2 people that fit this description best. And these are the ones that are here in a little bit bolder and a purple color. And not only does it try to look for those job titles, but it also translates them. As we can see here in Bächle Logistik, it's a German company, so their fleet manager is actually called Fuhrparkleiter, and their managing director is actually called Geschäftsführer. So it not only made that translation, but also found these 2 people that fit the description. So now let's talk about what we should write them. Venta has the capability to also draft messages for you, and it can do that in 2 different ways. The first one is the hyper-personalization, where you just give it a call to action, a style and a subject style, and it will create the entire message from scratch. The second mode is the template mode. Here you can use our AI web search feature to further enrich the company with more information, like their latest news, the products that they offer, or whatever you want to know. And you can put that information into your own message-based templates. Venta will then combine these 2 things and create a good message for you. All right, let's see what message Venta would create for our logistics companies. Venta now drafted a first message for one of our contacts, and as you can see here, it also picked the correct language. Since that person is actually from Germany, it would also write the person a German email, and it picked up the latest company news here that they have now an electric truck, and then it also made a pitch for our fleet manager software. And that's it. That's how we set up campaigns in Venta. Let's see how they are now actually realized. Every task that you give to Venta is shown in your campaigns view, where you can also see the progress that Venta has made on that campaign so far. Every night, Venta will go out, try to find new companies for you and add them to your company's view. There you can see the company, all information that it found about them, and also possible contacts that it has already picked for you or that you could pick yourself. Every contact that you or Venta have picked will show up in the contacts view, where all the contacts also get enriched with their email address, their LinkedIn profile, or their telephone number. All the contacts that have an active campaign will now come into your outreach view, where Venta has already drafted a message for them. You can see the message here, and if you have defined it like that, Venta will also automatically send them out. Or you can manually review them, edit them, and then approve them so they will be sent out during working hours. So that's it. We saw how you can set up Venta and how it can take over tasks for your outbound teams. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me and I'm happy to walk you through your own use case. Thanks a lot.